phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its vibration rattling against a half-empty coffee mug. My son's voice, thin as a reed in a storm, cracked through the speaker. "Dad, Eric's taking me to the kennel." Pause heavy with fear. "He says his pit bull's gonna teach me who's boss." My blood turned to ice, but my hands stayed steady. "I'm coming, buddy." 3 minutes. I hung up, grabbed the keys, and pulled the shotgun from the safe. Its weight felt like an oath. Eric, my ex's boyfriend, had crossed a line no man should ever near. Tonight, he'd learn what a father's love could do. I didn't speed. Rage like mine doesn't need to rush. It's a blade, sharp and deliberate. Streetlights cast long shadows across the dashboard, each one a countdown. My son's voice looped in my head, fragile, fading, like a radio signal slipping into static. I'd seen the kennel once, a grim cage of chain link and concrete, built for a beast, not a boy. Eric thought he could play alpha. He'd picked the wrong kid. The signs had been there. A faint bruise on my son's wrist last month, blamed on a bad fall. A week later, he wouldn't look at me, muttering he was just tired. By the third visit, he flinched at my touch. I knew. I'd known for weeks. But men like Eric, cowards draped in bravado, slip through cracks unless you have proof. So I gathered it. Secret recordings, photos of marks, a tiny camera tucked in his backpack. Every cruel word, every threat, logged like evidence for a war crimes trial. I'd filed for emergency custody, but the courts crawled. Justice, it seemed, was always one step behind violence. 2 nights ago, my son's words had burned into me. "Eric says weak kids get eaten. Says I gotta learn to listen." He spoke like it was his fault, like he deserved it. That night, I stood in the garage, staring at the shotgun's cold steel. Not to kill, but to remind Eric what a real man protects. Now I pulled into the driveway, headlights off. The house loomed, its back porch glowing faintly, the kennel's silhouette lurking beyond the garage. A low, guttural snarl cut the air, the pit bull primed and pacing. I stepped out, shotgun wrapped in a towel, my pulse steady as a metronome. No need for theatrics. Not yet. The back door was ajar. I pushed through, silent. Eric stood there, all wiry muscle and smug grin, gripping my son's shoulder like a trophy. The boy's eyes were wide, his cheeks streaked with silent tears. The pit bull barked, claws scraping the kennel's concrete floor. "Get out," Eric sneered, "or I'll let the dog have some fun." "Let him go," I said, voice low, a wire pulled taut. "Or what?" He shoved my son toward the kennel, laughing. "Gonna play hero in front of your kid?" I met my son's gaze. "You're safe now." He blinked, tears falling, but he stood taller. Eric's laugh faltered. I tossed a manila envelope at his feet. It hit the floor with a soft thud. "That's last week," I said. "You slamming him against the wall, calling him worthless. It's on video. Cops have a copy. Judge sees it tomorrow." Eric's smirk vanished. "You're lying. Check it." I stepped closer. "Custody's mine by noon. Detectives on speed dial. You've got 2 paths, jail or me." He lunged, fists raised. I was faster. The towel fell, shotgun gleaming in my hands. I racked it, click-clack, and the sound froze him. The pit bull went quiet, sensing the shift. "You want alpha?" I said, voice like gravel. "Alpha doesn't cage kids. Alpha doesn't break them to feel big." I tilted the barrel just enough. Reflections. He stepped back, hands up, fear in his eyes. I pulled my son close, his small frame trembling against me. We walked out, his hand in mine, the kennel's stench fading behind us. In the rear view, I saw Eric slump on the porch, cursing into the night. The police arrived 10 minutes later. The envelope, the bruises, the hidden files on Eric's laptop. Downloads he thought he'd erased. Sealed his fate. Animal control took the pit bull, trained to attack on command. The court didn't need much. The tapes were enough. Now my son sleeps with a stuffed wolf I got him, clutching it like a shield. The bruises are fading. His laughter's back, bright and fearless. He hasn't mentioned Eric. And me? I keep the shotgun locked beside the court order, twin sentinels. Alpha isn't the loudest or the cruelest. It's the one who stands between a child and the dark. I'll stand there every time,